Hello students, I am R. Vishnupriya, handling engineering geology hereafter, and I have completed my UG degree in AAA College of Engineering and Technology, and I completed my PG degree which is ME Structural Engineering in MEPCO Schlank Engineering College. So I am going to start a second topic in geology, which is a mineralogy topic. So I have given a syllabus here. The syllabus includes the several various minerals. First, we see in this class we see the basic physical properties. So whatever may be the materials, these are the basic physical properties we are going to see. We all know. So mineralogy, the name itself says it is a study of minerals. Okay, and then what is the mineral? So mineral has definite atomic structure and chemical composition, and it has a constant physical property, which is used to identify what is minerals in the field. So the minerals are further classified into two. One is rock forming minerals and another one is ore forming minerals. The rock forming minerals are found in abundance of earth crust. Abundance in the sense we can get it is not limited to that limit. We can get what how much we want. And ore forming minerals, for to get ore forming minerals we have to spend some economical values, and then this tabular column is very much important. So it this tabular column will gives a particular mineral groups, and for particular mineral groups specific examples. Okay, and then next is the physical properties. So the physical properties is very much important to identify the minerals, and it is identified by having the simple test. Okay, and the following physical properties: the color, streak, luxure, hardness, habit, cleavage, fracture, odor, tenacity, specific gravity, and crystal forms are very much important to find the physical properties of minerals. Each and every minerals has different physical properties, and that different physical properties are classified according to that color, streak, luxure, etc. Okay, then first we are going to see the color. So color means, by seeing itself we can say this color will goes to some other minerals, and that color will goes to some other minerals. So occurs due to the certain wavelength of light. How it will occurring means it is occurs due to the certain wavelength of light by atoms making of crystals, and on the basis of color of a mineral may belongs to any of three types. The following three types may further classify the colors. Okay, it is idiochromatic, allochromatic, and pseudochromatic. First one is idiochromatic. The idiochromatic shows constant color appears metallic crystal. So if we take the example copper means all copper materials will be in a same color only. It at any cost, at any situation, the copper's color won't be changed. And then that second one is allochromatic, so shows variable colors, appears non-metallic. Example quartz. The sentence itself you can get a clear idea about that colors. And the pseudochromatic, the defines the false. So it defines the false color. At one stage it will appear in one color, at later stage it will appear in different color. Okay, that is the difference. And some minerals view in different direction shows irregular changes in colors. So according to the directions it will also having the irregular changes in color. That is, one is play of colors, which is change in rapid succession on rotation. If we rotate a diamond, we will see each and every rotation we will see different colors. If you are going to rotate one diamond in 360 degree, we can see at 90 degree we could see one color, at 180 degree we could see one color, at 270 degree we could see one color. Because it is based upon the rotation, it will change its color, not change its it will the color getting changed. Okay, and then next one is change of color. Rate of change of color on rotation and intensity is low. Okay, example labradorite. Then iridescence. You should these spellings are very much important. While writing you should not make any mistake in that spelling. Okay, so be clear with the spelling. And if you're writing some theory question, you should mention the examples and headings in a different colors. And also don't write it in a paragraph. Okay, that hint by using the hint, you should develop the sentence from that hint, and then you should write the examples below the each and every headings. And then last one is tarnish, change of original color due to oxidation. Due to oxidation, the color getting changed. For that, the example is bornite. Okay, then next we are going to see the streak. The streak defines the true color of the minerals, which is quite helpful to identify the minerals. It shows the original color of the mineral. Okay, then this how the streak is obtained is, if we are painting our house, we will rub it and do some whitewash. Before whitewash we get the original color of our wall. That is the case here, which it shows the true color. For the example for streak is magnetite, black in color and give blackish brown color as streak. Then next one is luxure. The luxure is a shining property of the minerals. So the basic how the shining property is further classified is metallic, submetallic, adamantine, vitreous luxure, pearly luxure, silky luxure and resinous luxure. Okay, and based upon the category I have mentioned the examples. So don't confuse while writing the examples, because it seems to be same for all cases. So be clear with that examples. And eighth one is greasy luxure, dull or earthy luxure. Then we are entering into the hardness property. We all know the hardness is measured by using the Mohs scale, which is very much important. Mohs scale is used to find the hardness of materials, and mainly hardness depends on the chemical composition. Okay, hardness is determined by rubbing or scratching a mineral of unknown hardness against one of known hardness. So by knowing the hardness of one value, we will use that material to rub the other material to know the another material's hardness. Okay, so these are the hardness table. And if we scratch by fingers or nails, we will get the mineral as talc gypsum. So if we scratch by using knife, we will get calcite, fluorite, apatite, etc. And if we use knife scarely, we will get the minerals as orthoclase, quartz, topaz. And not if not scratched by knife, so it is a corundum and diamond. And next one is cleavage. So it is defined as a tendency of mineral to break more easily with smooth surface along plane of weak bonding. The cleavage can be classified as perfect, good, poor and indistinct. Okay, cleavage is a breakage, not breakage. It is like the structure you will see here. Here the cleavage is mentioned. It is destroying of layer from one layer to another. That means in our home the wood will like peel off the, if we peel the skin from the fruits, we will see that skin, how the skin is coming from that fruit. No, that is a cleavage here. If we, yeah, right, that is the cleavage. So here I have mentioned some of the diagrams. While writing, please try to draw more diagrams and try to show more examples in theory questions. Okay, and don't forget to draw diagrams, and don't forget to write the examples below each and every heading. Try to write examples in theory questions. So I have mentioned some of the cleavage pictures here. So if it is an easy picture, you can draw by it, but you can draw. And then next one is fracture. We are going to see the fracture. So fracture contains even fracture, uneven fracture, conchoidal fracture, hacky fracture and earthy fracture. So even fracture is a surface almost flat. And the fracture is a flat, even one, and uneven is irregular. It will peel one direction, at different direction it will show some different fracture nature. That is uneven fracture. And conchoidal fracture is curved surface showing concentric line shell, example quartz. And hacky fracture and earthy fracture. So here I have shown some I have given some pictures. Even fracture, uneven fracture. Even fracture, you could see the material won't get changes its position or nature. So uneven fracture, the material from original material, it get changed into different fracture. So here they have mentioned fractures of different materials. So you can see at every fractures we can see the shape, changing the shape of each and every materials. Okay, here see the Hackey fracture, and these are all for your clarification I have mentioned this picture. You need not to draw this picture into the examination. Okay, then we going next we are going to do specific gravity. So it is a number which represents the ratio of weight of the mineral to the weight of an equal volume of water. Okay, and then we are going to habit. Habit is explains about the form, which means the shape, we can say how it is arrived from the ground or naturally how it is arriving, that and all will express in the habit. And the chief habits of minerals are shown as follow. First one is circular and fibrous, foliated, bladed, tabular, columnar, reinform, oolitic, massive. These are the main categories which comes under the habit. So circular means needle-like crystal. Example, natrolite. Fibrous is aggregate of long thin fibers. Example, asbestos. And foliated is thin separate sheets. Example, mica. And bladed occurs as small knife blade. Example, kyanite. Tabular, broad flat surface. Example, gypsum feldspar. Columnar crystal. Example, tourmaline. Granular, aggregate of equal dimension grains. Example, magnetite. And reinform, kindly shaped form, which is shaped one. Example is hematite. And oolitic is aggregate bodies resembling fish roe. Example, bauxite. And massive is structural less mass. Example, flint. Okay, next one is rock forming minerals. These are the rock forming minerals, which is silicate minerals, which have the constituent 90% of earth crust. Natural constitution presenting in the silicate minerals. So non-silicate minerals has two groups. One is stable and unstable. The stable groups contains quartz group, feldspar group, and unstable contains pyroxene, amphibole, mica group, and olivine group. Then based upon atomic structure, we will classify the minerals by the following. One is neosilicates and sorosilicates and silosilicates, which is a ring structure, and inosilicate, which is a chain structure, and pithosilicates, which is a sheet structure, and tectosilicates. Okay, these is the important basic physical properties we are going to we have discussed. Next classes we will by having these physical properties, how the materials can get classified, we will see in the next classes. Thank you.